Who are you taking going forward?
Oh,
Geno Smith or Russell Wilson?
Well, that is a unique one because right now they did write him off. He never wrote back. We know Geno was on one right now, and numbers wise, his numbers are better than Mr. Let Him Cook in the flesh. Team record, I think the Seahawks are better, maybe even.
Yeah,
I think they're even.
2-2.
Yeah, I think they're both even. But passing, Geno got the number advantage right now, man. How you feeling about this, though?
Who am I taking going forward?
Yeah. Hey, chat, y'all let us know, too, man. Who y'all taking going forward, man? Geno Smith or you rolling with Russ, man? You know, the way these dudes playing right now, man. We got to see something.
I think you could take this question in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Just the question in and of itself, who am I taking going forward? Russell Wilson. But if you're going to ask Pete Carroll, who would he rather have as quarterback for his team right now? I think he would stick with Geno Smith because he doesn't have to pay Geno Smith what Russell Wilson's getting paid right now. And you're getting better production thus far.
So you about to go the layered route. Oh,
No.
Well, if you're building your team, though, if you're building your team and Geno is playing the way that he's playing, you could spend a lot more money everywhere else, like you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but for me personally, I think Russ is going to turn it around.
By which week?
He has too much of a track record, man. Like he's a Hall of Fame quarterback
in Seattle.
I still think
maybe he was a byproduct of Pete Carroll's system.
Yeah, but it's still new with Denver. I thought they started to turn it around a little bit more last week too. I think you just got to give it time. They're going up against the Colts tonight.
Yeah, this the one?
Well, listen, it doesn't have to be the one where the offense is explosive, but it could be a nice stepping stone. And if they're at 3-2, that again gives the Broncos a little more time for them to just, figure this out a little bit. They could buy their time, and Russell Wilson and Hackett could start getting on the same page. And I think that's eventually what's going to happen. Russ, as I mentioned, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He is the type of guy that you give one of those $40 million a year contracts to. Mm-hmm. I'm not writing him off like a lot of people have wrote off Geno Smith throughout his career. But
see, all right.
I will give Geno Smith credit because he has surprised me. He really has.
He's looking like why everybody was hyped about him coming out of West Virginia.
I don't know if it's holding up, though.
Why not?
That's my thing. I don't know if it's holding up. Russell Wilson
has... What do you need to see more of to believe it?
This is the real crux of it. Russ has, is this 11 years?
That's old, though. That was with Pete Carroll.
9 Pro Bowls.
That was under the Pete Carroll system.
Just because he goes somewhere else, I don't think he lost it like that.
Why not? We say that in Still a Nation all the time. We say that all the time in Still a Nation. You're going to start sucking when you leave here. We say that all the time. Come on now. So it's the same concept. Russ was only good because of Pete Carroll.
No.
He was only good because of 12.
No, that's not the case.
He was only good because of Legion of Boom. That what you telling me?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the opposite. I think Russell Wilson is really good in and of its own right. I think you just got to give him some time to gel with the Broncos. Now, if things keep going the way they are with Denver, they're not getting rid of Russ. They're getting rid of the coach. And they're going to bring a new coach in.
Well, they have to because of what they paid him, yeah.
But I still think Denver made the smart move. Hell, we were talking about trying to get a dude like Russell Wilson. We were. Because you want one of those dudes. You want one of those franchise guys. Yes, and I know Russ is that. I mean, 4 games, and they're still 2-2, even though the offenses looked rough at times.
How's Russ look to you, though? Because Russ ain't been looking like he cooking either.
No, but even going back, like a lot of people wanted to rip on him for the first game. Yeah. He didn't play bad in the first game. There were some weird fumbles and weird things. Yeah,
at the goal line especially. Yeah.
So I think it's a little overblown right now. They started writing things, making things look a little bit better last week, and I expect that to be the case going forward.
So
I'm taking Russ over Geno for sure.
I know why. I know why. It's not that you really like Russ. It's like why TG doesn't all the way support Kenny. Nope. It's the Pitt element. So for you, it's because he's a W quarterback.
You don't
like the Mountaineers? You don't believe in the Mountaineers?
It's pretty much that simple.
But that's old news. We talking about now. That's like saying, man, hey, Alex Heisman can't be a double-digit sack guy because he's never done it in his career. But right now, what does it look like?
There's different careers.
No, it ain't. That's the parallel, and that's what we're rolling with. We look at Heisman and say, yo, man, look, that's the guy. And we know he will be this year. See, Geno same way.
I'm giving credit to Geno, man. He surprised me. But
Geno for MVP, man.
in terms of a dude you could trust, especially in a big game as the season goes on. Hey,
These games have been getting bigger and bigger for Geno.
I gotta win the division here. I gotta win this game to make the playoffs. I will trust Russ over Geno Smith.
So you think Denver got a better chance of winning their division than Seattle right now?
NFC West is just looking weird all around.
Mm-hmm.
Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl hangover there.
Say, bro, he low-key got a chance. That's the weird part about it. I mean, you know my boy Jimmy G gonna take care of business.
Same can be said a little bit about the AFC West because the AFC West division as a whole isn't what we thought it would be. Chargers, they're 2-2 right now. They've been looking a little rough, especially with some of these injuries. Raiders, they're 1-3. Now they did just beat the Broncos, but Chiefs, as expected, they're probably going to win the division. But there's opening for another team or two to be coming out of the AFC West.
Yeah.
And I would assume Russ is going to get it right.
You think it's going to be Russ?
Dude, listen, Russ is going to be fine. Russ is going to be fine. That's what I'm banking on. Now, if Denver makes it or not, we're going to see the Russ of old, though, at some point this season. I'd say sooner rather than later. Yeah.
All right.
So who are you rolling with? That's the thing.
Oh, so who's your home rolling with?
I'm going with Russ.
Are you going with Russ? Okay.
I'll go with the Hall of Fame career versus the guy that has struggled for most of his career.
Hey, what's he doing now, though? What's he doing?
It's 4 games, though.
What's he doing?
If it was a full season,
we decided on our quarterback in 4 games. No, we ain't gonna do that now. 4 games is plenty sample size.
But it's the same thing. Actually,
that's a pretty sample size.
It's very similar to Geno because Mitch has had 4 or 5 seasons.
And Geno been cooking in 4 games. So let Geno cook.
We're letting him cook.
Let him cook.
If we're asking the question,
live it,
Russ versus Geno,
believe
I'm taking
in him.
Russ still.
You really gonna go with Russ over Geno, bro?
I am. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I'm sorry, I'm taking the Hall of Famer over a guy that's had a hot 4 games here.
Gosh, bro, hot 4 games in a quotable. He got a quotable.
That's fine.
Hey, they wrote me off.
Getting the gold jacket.
I ain't write him back though. Come on, man. I need 4 games in a quotable. With Bronco Nation, that's right. That's what we're going with. That's the quotable you want.
Yeah, I guess that and that.
Come on, man.
Subway commercial.
Come on, man. You don't want to do that.
So are you taking Geno or what?
I didn't say that either. Now, chill out. I ain't say
So
Geno.
Of
course, I'm going with Russ. Leave me alone, man.
Now you're going with Geno.
I am not on the Geno train, even though I do like Geno, man. Geno is a super cool, dope dude, man. He a vibe, bro.
When's
I like
the day I'm gonna break? That's the question.
I give it about week 10.
I think he has the highest completion percentage in the league right now.
He does. I give him the week 10. He is balling though.
Next game at New Orleans.
He'll cook. He's in a dome.
Oh, he faced Detroit last week too. That's the other thing we're not considering.
Bro, Detroit could score. He had to put 48 on him. How many teams put 48 on Detroit? Also remember that.
Detroit's going to be giving up some big games.
Take
any over Detroit's in this year.
How many teams have put 48 on Detroit in these past year? Last year to this year?
I don't know, but
so you
I just know Detroit's defense is bad.
So you can't discredit Geno being the one to put 48 on him when all these other teams, if we faced them, we ain't put 48 on him.
No, what I'm saying is against Denver, Geno's fine. 80%, 195, 2 touchdowns.
Come on, man. Put some respect on that
San
man, bro.
Francisco,
put some respect on his
not
name.
as good.
What do you do versus
Atlanta.
Detroit? What was the versus Detroit?
Atlanta's defense ain't that amazing.
They all NFL defenses. Regular season NFL defenses as well. What did he do in Atlanta?
Nah, he might do. I mean,
what did he do versus Atlanta? What did he do?
325 too. I'm just saying. I feel like he's faced some easier defenses here.
Oh my! You ain't say what he did at Detroit. What was his number at Detroit?
320 and 2.
Whew, so he done.
So you want to go with?
So
Geno?
he done 300 twice this season. What you telling me?
Listen,
has he done 300?
You can go with Geno.
Has he done 300 twice in 3 weeks? Is that what you're telling me?
That's good for him.
3 weeks.
It's good for him.
Bro, you really not gonna roll with Geno?
You can.
It's Geno, man.
He's got the Saints next week.
Oh my gosh.
Cardinals again, not that good of a defense.
Not
that amazing.
I'm telling you, he cooking to week 10.
Chargers.
He's going to cook to week 10.
That's up to week 7 right there.
He's going to week 10. Watch. Who else he got? I'm telling you, bro, he gonna cook.
It only gives me up to 7 weeks here.
Let's go, man.
But no, I just don't think he's gonna hold up. I don't know when it's gonna be exactly.
Mm-hmm. What happens first? Russ picks it up or Geno falls?
Russ picks it up tonight. Yeah.
Tonight's the night from Russ. Okay.
Geno fall. I actually think Geno might be putting together a decent
I'm
season.
telling you, man, Geno gonna have a little
might.
vibe year this year. Watch. He gonna get you 30 and 10.
I don't know if the Seahawks are necessarily going to be winning or if they're going to be making the playoffs, but
Geno have 30
I
and 10.
think he's going to have some stats.
Geno gonna hit you for 30 and 10, and they're gonna go ahead and re-up with him. Nice little bridge type quarterback deal for him where it doesn't kill their roster.
And then they'll draft.
And they'll draft. Yep, absolutely.
And that could work out.
Yeah. And Geno, we trust.
I'm not saying that. You can go there. I like
how we was all on the same page. I tried to sneak that in. You like, I didn't say that. I'm not going there. No. All right. Okay.
I need to see more outside because we could even talk about a 4 hot games. It's been more or less these 2.
Hey, yo, chill. He went head-to-head with Russ week 1. That's a hot game. Head-to-head Russ week 1 back in Seattle. That was a big game.
I'll give him that.
That was a big game. Prime time, too.
4 being the first game of the season.
So 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 games.
He had 80% completion, 195 passing, 2 touchdowns.
What more you want? Head-to-head duel with Russ. Head-to-head. He was dueling him. He was willing and dealing.
It wasn't like that.
Oh, yes, it was, man. You know
Russ
it
should have
was.
won that
Oh, man. Russ ain't. He couldn't convert. He had his opportunity. He couldn't convert.
No.
They decided to roll.
It wasn't his fault.
They trusted the kicker when they trusted him, and he allowed it. Did he allow it? Yes or no?
It wasn't 100%.
Did he walk off the field?
Dude, it wasn't 100% like that. Javonte Williams.
I just asked, did he walk off the field when it was 4th and 4 at midfield area, plus 40 when he kicked the field goal at the end of the game? When they made that decision, he was cool with it.
Yeah, that was the win.
He was cool with it.
That was to win the game.
He was cool with it. He was cool with it.
And McManus.
He was cool with it.
Was obviously good from that distance.
Would you have been cool with that if that's 7? Or would you say, yeah, I want 7 to go out there and make this play? Because either
way, you're
let the
kicking a field goal.
But no, they let the clock. Think about it, they let the clock run down to that, right? But they could have definitely took a timeout beforehand if they were going to be aggressive with it. Remember that was the whole debacle at the end where it's like, yo, man, who you putting that on? Russ? You putting that on the coach? Like, yo, you got to call a timeout. All this clock's racing, and then they let the clock run all the way down just to call a timeout, just to come back out there and say, all right, you know what? We are going to do this now instead.
They were going to kick a field goal anyway, so
but why?
They wanted to do that
and not
risk not getting the 4th down conversion. I don't care. I don't think it was a lack of trust in Russ.
I think if you're paying Russ what you're paying Russ, I want my Russ to be out there. I see Seattle put Geno out there. They ain't shy away from Geno. Just remember that, man.
Bruh. You could take Geno, though. You could take Geno. It seems like you want to take Geno.
I want you to take Geno. I don't want to take Geno, bro. No, not at all.
I don't.
Not at all. You think I trust Geno?
It sounds like it, so you can stick with him.
Not a chance. I can't trust Geno. No.